topic is fish under the sea. This CD fish is my favorite fish. It hangs from a plastic string, so it can hang in your window or wherever you want to put it. But it's my favorite fish. And this is how you make this fish. You take CDs, two CDs, and that's the front. That's the body of your fish. Okay. Now, you're going to want your foam fins, and your fin here, and your mouth, and your eye. So, you cut out, it kind of looks like a tree trunk that way, down like this, or you can turn it sideways and cut out like that, and that will be this part, your tail fin. Okay, now to create these fins, this one and this one, you take, these are foam by the way, pieces of foam, and you curve it like that. Just cut it straight on the bottom and curve up to a point. You can do it like that, or if you'd rather have fins like this, you can just do, it's almost like a leaf, only it's attached, and then you're going to put that on for your fins. So you can have fins like that, or you can have fins like this, depending on which you like. And you take it and you glue it on the back, your top fin, your bottom fin, and then your back fin. I use the hot glue gun for this because it works best for me. And then on the front, you've also taken a string of plastic or gimp or whatever type of string you want, and put a hole in the top of your fin, and you can hang it. It looks nice hanging in front of a window. Okay, now the mouth, that it looks like this, just like this, or like that. So it's just sort of a hump. In fact, you can fold it over like that if you're making a pattern and just do a, looks like the letter U. It's quite easy to do. Or you can make a bigger mouth like this one. This is a tall mouth. You can put this mouth on. Like that. Well, you put it on like that with a hot glue gun. And then a large googly eye. And there you have it. Now some people, we were short of CDs, so I just put one CD on, but the actual way to do it is to glue a CD on the back as well. So you have one on the front with the eye and the mouth and the fins, and then you have another one on the back with the hot glue gun, and then it hangs. And it's really quite a nice fish. Our next fish is a spike fish, I call him. He has spikes all over him, and he's quite, this is going to be the paper plate series. There's about 4 different fish that I make with the paper plate. This is the first one. This is called Spiky. Now, the first thing I do with it is I cut a V here, and that V, I turn it around and it's the tail on the back. Okay, then I'm drawing lines down here like this. You can just take your paper plate if you want to and trace the lines like that and there, if you don't know how to do, but it's kind of easy, just from the top to the bottom and curve it a little bit. Alright, now on these lines are where you're going to put your spikes, like this. Okay, you have these pre-cut spikes ready for the children like this. They're just triangles of different colors. Now if they're older children, they can do it themselves. And then you start placing on your last line. So you have 1, 2, 3 lines. On the last line you just stick your triangles. And then on the next line you put your triangles so that the spike goes in between the other two, and you just keep doing that like that. And then you start on this one, on your last line there. Okay, once you've finished all of your spikes, you take a circle for the eye, and then you put on a googly eye, and there's your spiked fish. Some of the children even painted them. If you want to paint them too, you can paint them with sponges or just a paintbrush, however you like. The children can create their own spiked fish. Okay, that's the first in the line of paper plate fish. Okay. The next paper plate fish that we have is one of my favorites. It's called my Nemo fish. I call it Nemo because it's a clownfish like the movie Nemo, and this is what it looks like when it's finished. But it's really easy to do. Again, when you cut the V here, you take that piece and turn it around, and that gives you your tail. You staple that on. Okay, the first thing that you need to do after you've stapled that on is you take masking tape and you put one stripe, two stripes of masking tape so that they're about like that. See how? And they've gone down here, there and there. So there's two pieces of masking tape on there. Then give the children their orange paint and let them go to it, and they cover the whole thing. Now once it's dry, then you take these strips and you peel them off. You peel them off, and that will give you your white here, and then you have the orange there. Now if you want to make a black eye with a circle, you can, or you can put on a giant googly eye on it. That would be even nicer. But to get the black strips, what I did was I took a ruler and a marker that's run away on me. Okay, you just take your ruler, and where you've taken off the strip, you put your ruler right where the strip came off, and you draw your black line down there, and then on the other side where the strip came off, you draw another black line, and that gives you your Nemo fish with clownfish with your white stripes. But children enjoy making that one, and it always turns out so nicely. And the masking tape is, I'd say an inch thick that you put on. Oh, you can also create, also another idea. If you're making a collage with just paint in the summertime, you can take strips of masking tape and go across the paper. However you look, that way, crisscross lines, and then once their picture has dried, you peel off the masking tape and you have a really neat design. So that can be used in other ways as well as a Nemo fish. This is my jellyfish. Okay, the circle, you've taken the bottom section off. You've cut across here. And then on the back, if you want to, you can glue the piece that you've taken off here over the back. But actually what the children did was, they just, one way is either using masking tape across, or staple them across, or just have them glue them on this side. And these are just pieces of tissue paper that have been cut in strips. Actually, this one is streamers. Like the streamers that are decorating a shower, like a wedding shower or a baby shower, the hall, the streamers for hanging. This is a streamer one. Okay, now this part is created with bingo dabbers. You just take your bingo dabbers and they dab. They make the circles all over it, however they like, whatever pattern they like. This one, they've added eyebrows to the eyes, and a mouth and a nose. And this one, they've just had fun with the bingo dabbers, and they haven't added anything else to it. But this is our jellyfish. And the children have fun with that. Plus it looks nice on the bulletin board. Alright. And there's, when we cut the section off, that's what it looked like. Next we have our wax paper fish. You take a piece of wax paper. Actually, you could just cut, it's pretty much a circle. a little bit oval to it, and then cut your fin like that. Okay, so you have your wax paper fish like this, and you give the children pieces of tissue paper cut in squares, assorted colors. Okay, once they use the white glue for this, and it sticks really well, and they just overlap all the squares, and then they put on a little black eye if they want, or whatever color eye they want, or if you want a googly eye, you put that on, just to decorate however they like. And then after it's dried, it takes a while to dry, probably overnight, you can put it up on the window, and all the different fish, the different designs, the different ways, the different colors that they've used for their fish. Whoops, this fish's tail got folded over. There he goes. Okay. And this fish like that. See the different assortment of colors. The children have fun doing this, and then they like to see it through the window. When it's up on the window, you can see through the window pane and see the nice colors coming through the fish. That's our wax paper fish, which is easy to do and fun for them to do as well. Next I have my rainbow fish. You probably have heard of the story about the rainbow fish. Well, this is our rainbow fish. Now, this pattern was one I just found in a book somewhere. Whatever shape fish you want to use. If you want to use one like the wax paper fish, go ahead. If you've got a design like this pre-cut already, or from a book somewhere, or a pattern from somewhere, use it. Whatever you like. Then, again, these are tissue squares, but they've been cut. See how they've been cut around like this, like a scale? And there's pieces of foil, silver foil that we cut too, so that they put on the tissue in lines, in rows like that, and then they put on the silver. You remember the story about the rainbow fish who shared all his beautiful scales with the other fish, and everybody loved him once he started sharing all his beautiful silver shiny scales. And that's how you create that one. That's called our rainbow fish. Oh, also, if you have that one, you can do something else with it. Oh, if I can find it. You can take it and put a band, like a piece of paper behind, and make it into a, where are you? Make it into a hat. If only I could find it. Oh, here he is. He's hiding out over here. This one hasn't been decorated yet, but it's just a strip of paper, and there they have their fish hat. They want to wear that and decorate it like this. Come back, you. Anyway, it's a fish hat if they want to wear that. And you can decorate it like this or however they want. They like that. Okay, the next one we have is made from coffee filter. Take your coffee filter. Here's a coffee filter. You can see the ridges in it where it was a coffee filter. Okay, now these fish, again, I found a pattern for a fish. Use whatever pattern you want. It doesn't have to be like this. It can be whatever you like. But I have it out of thick Bristol board, and I made several of them, and then the children took it and put it on top of the coffee filter. They traced it, and then they cut it out. Or if you have little tiny ones, you can do it for them. Then once it's traced and cut out, you can take different colors of markers. Take your markers and just put dabs on it, or circles, and you can leave it like that, or you can take a spray bottle with water in it and spray it, and it looks like this because all the shades and all the colors all run together. And then of course you would put an eye on it. But that's our coffee filter fish. Now this fish is a tiny one. This one was made for name tags for the children. That's why it's smaller. And again, it was a picture I saw somewhere. I traced it, cut it out, and here are the thick cardboard. That's what it's made out of, Bristol board. Okay, here it is. See, I found the picture and I've made it bigger because it was too tiny. And you can do that. You keep adding another layer of pencil and make it larger. Okay, with each one, they took it and they had fun with the glitter. And then after we were done with that, we put a hole in here and a string on it or a piece of plastic thread on it, and they had their name tag, and they had their name in the middle of it. It's really pretty with all the glitter on it. And they really loved that. They wore for the whole day. They really liked them. Okay, now sometimes at Michael's or at a craft store, you can find little foam fish like this, and then they just add the pieces to them and decorate them. And they come with the fish by like the piece like this, and then they just decorate and cut the different shapes of foam however they want them to go. Or they can take the glitter glue and decorate like that. Another thing that we were able to find at one of the craft stores were shapes like this and this. So we have a seahorse and we have a starfish, and we had, I think, we even had a shape that was like a jellyfish or an octopus. And I just took them and I traced them. And then the children, they used them too. There were several in the package, and they just traced them. And look what they did with them. They used glitter glue or glitter paint, and they decorated them like that. Or some of them got fancy and put googly eyes on and dots and decorated like that. Painted and decorated. Okay, I have to show you this seahorse. It's amazing. That's the seahorse again. With, I don't know if you can see it, but there's glitter glue on there. And oh, his googly eye went way down there. But this one has the googly eye in the right spot. But they just did glitter paint on it. And that really came out nicely. They had fun decorating those. These also were from this package with these. They're hard like cardboard. They are cardboard. And the children just took this, or the shape like this fish, and traced it and did this with it. And they had fun with these, either jellyfish or octopi, because there's more than one. And they had fun decorating these. And they probably put a couple of googly eyes on those too. This one you can tell is a little guy, because they're just starting out with their coloring. Probably about 3 years old did this one. But the older children can do them. Oh, here's the hard cardboard shape. They came in a package with all the different shapes. You can probably find that at one of your craft stores. Again, there's another hard one. And they traced it. We had some of our seahorses. We just didn't do black. We did. I did a lot of colors so that the children could choose which one they wanted to decorate. And they had fun with that. So keep your eyes open when you're in the craft stores. You might find this one was a creation that I think is awesome. It's Starfish. And as you can see, she's JK, and she just made the crosses, and some are even the shape of a star with the glitter glue or the glitter paint. Okay, this is another idea. This is a neat one. Take a paper bag and fold over the top of it, and then draw an eye on it. This is for little guys. And then draw your scales, and your open end is here. You take your tissue paper or scrap paper or newspaper, whatever you got, after they painted it, of course, and you stuff it with that. They painted it whatever color they want it. You can put a ribbon on here, or like I'm doing, I'm just putting an elastic on to hold the tissue in, on the tail, like that. And there, that gives you a 3D fish. There you go. Neat. And it's easiest to me. Just fold these over, glue them down, the ends, leave the open part open, draw on your scales. Older ones could do this by themselves. Little guys would probably do this, the painting of it and the stuffing of it themselves, and you could help them with a tie or an elastic here. So that, and you could even hang it up. That'd be a neat hanging fish on your ceiling in your classroom. That would look super. All right, now, oh, here's more of the shapes that I told you that were already made of cardboard. That came in the package, all the different shapes for the sea fish. And again, here's some decorating they've done with that. So this is our fish bowl. Now you can either do a circle and just a straight line at the top, or if you'd rather, you can do it like this. I put a straight line here and a straight line here. It doesn't matter how big it is. Some are huge, like this. Some are small, like this. Then you take goldfish. They're crackers. Goldfish crackers, and they're white glue. Oh, they love this one because they get to eat part of it. And you take your goldfish and they glue them on. They probably eat as much as they glue, but they have a ball doing it. And then you have your goldfish in your goldfish bowl. Like that. Oops. They're moving because I haven't glued them, but you get the idea. Just glue them on. And if you want to, you can put some strips of green going up, or they can use their markers and color green in like a little goldfish bowl or an aquarium, and they can add the green, wavy green coming up. You can do construction paper, markers, crayons, chalk, pastels, and if they want to make bubbles in the water, whatever, they can take it from there, and they have a ball just creating. And that's it for our fish. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate your support and look forward to the next day with another new activity, another new topic. Thanks for tuning in again. Take care.